5 moonstones are required to assure that the girl is healed. You have all of the moonstones that are needed. And yet, it is said that a sacrifice of life is the only way to be ensure the saving of another. I will ensure that no matter what, the moonstones will cure Relera. Five moonstones are required to assure that the girl is healed. You have all of the moonstones that are needed. And yet, it is said that a sacrifice of life is the only way to be ensure the saving of another. I will ensure that no matter what, the moonstones will cure Relera.
What is
It upsets me so that the Treants have become corrupt. I wish I could do more to help them.
Hi.
I'm pleased to see you're back, hero.
What is
The last
nature's
piece of the
call?
rod is held by Druids of the Claw. I asked their leader, Oso Bramblescar, to give it to me, but he and his guardians nearly killed me. Clearly they too were affected by the Horde's corruption
The
of
great
the Forest
outdoors.
Heart. But I have an idea for how you can get into Oso's cave and grab the pommel. Ever since I was a fawn, I've been pretty good at playing possum. It works great against bears. I can teach you. Go east to the Shady Nook, and if they try to get you, just use my technique.
Can I
Thank you for
assist
saving me
you?
from a fate worse than death, hero. For saving both the child and myself. Well, the child is almost saved. All you have to do is take the moonstones back west down the road to Astronar. Hand them to Pelturas, and you will know what to do. Go in
Dear
peace,
Ladris.
my friend. The loon be praised.
I can't use that.
Is there trouble?
Did you find the final piece of the rod, hero? How did my technique work?
What is nature's
You
call?
got it. Wonderful for you. And for Reen, I guess we'll have to see about reassembling it, won't we? I
Hi.
suggest you find Reen and let her know the rod is finished. I'm sure she'll know what your next course should be. Be careful. I sense a great deal of power within it for both good and ill. I hope that you and Reen know what you are doing. Good luck, hero.
I can't carry anymore.
Is there trouble?
I suggest you find Reen and let her know the rod is finished. I'm sure.
What brings you here? Goddess
Yes,
watch over
hero.
you.
How go your efforts?
Farewell.
You've recreated the rod Tyrones had set out to find? That's wonderful to hear. Shale DRYN has been indispensable in her assistance. Tyrones would be proud to see his quest is continuing even after his tragic passing.
Reen looks over the reconstructed rod with a look of approval and thoughts racing behind her eyes.
Now it is time for us to make use of its power to eliminate the enemies of Ashenvale.
Goddess
I'm not
watch over
completely
you.
certain what Tyrones had in mind next, but if what he said was true about the rod's power, then it will allow you to take on another form altogether, presumably that of a furbolg. Perhaps he meant to use its powers to get closer to them, but even the uncorrupted creatures would slaughter him were he not careful. Transformed by the rod, Darla would have to speak to a furbolg who was uncorrupted. I would start with one known as Krolg. Seek his hut southeast of Mistral Lake.
Farewell.
I care deeply about these forests, hero.
Ishnuala.
Things look grim here, but I would rather face the Horde alone than watch them hack and slash their way through the trees. Travel west to Black Fathom Deeps. Once you're inside, find Sentinel Aluin. She's a trusted friend in need of help. The orcs in Zorangar outpost threaten her position as we speak. If they take Black Fathom, they will surely cut every tree down to fuel their insanity.
Benares. I am on.
Hero, if you have a moment to spare, I would enlist your aid in a simple matter. I have not heard from my friends, the Aduns, in some time. I was wondering if you could swing west and check in on them. You have my thanks. Their cottage sits on a small plot of land just to the west of the Shrine of Asina.
Farewell.
We've
Ishnuala.
lost Silverwind Refuge. All that I know is that there was a surprise attack by the Horde and that they somehow turned Mistral Lake's elemental guardians against us. The survivors have fallen back to Stardust Spire. Hero, they need your help. Head south by southeast. You'll find the spire at the mouth of the Talondeed Pass, which leads into the Stonenetalin Mountains. I'm sure that you'll find Sentinel Valine Starstrike helping with the counteroffensive there.
Good. I am honored.
Peace be
Hero,
with you.
is that you? Have you returned with the cure for Relera?
Benares.
Oh, Hero, you have saved my daughter. I know the power of the Moonstones will give back my daughter her strength. I can never repay you fully for the aid you have given me, but please, take this. Other than Relera, it is my most dear possession.
Good luck, friend.
You say that Faldry has sent you? Good MAN.AS it happens. We could use your help. Care to make a quick trip to the south? I've 3 friends that I haven't heard from in a while. With these strange tentacles popping out of the ground to the north, and all of the demonic activity, I don't dare leave my family. Bullion set up his camp in the southwest corner of the forest, just to the northwest of that damnable fire scar shrine. Alandar and Harlem join him, so they should all be okay, but you never know. Thanks, Hero.
I am honored.
Hero, you must be wary. Kaliva, the foul demoness who has chained us, is nearby.
Good luck,
Hero,
friend.
you must be cautious. Kaliva is still about, and when she captured us, she specifically mentioned your hero. Only her heart can free us from these chains, but I think it's all a trap for you.
Till next we meet. Greetings.
If we are to be free, we must have Kaliva's heart.
May the stars
Disgusting,
guide you.
I know, but if we three are to be free of Kaliva's chains, it is not enough that she is dead, we must eat of her fell heart.
Alone light your path. Alone
An
be
end
with
must
you.
be put to the burning legion's evil. Hero, you have defeated one of their most powerful, but there are still multitudes of demons infesting the woods to the east in Fire Scar Shrine. As a friend of the forest, will you slay these foul creatures and then warn Big Baobab, the great ancient of war at the shrine of Asina to the northeast?
Goddess, watch over.
Del
Good to
Nagus.
finally meet you, hero. I've heard all about what you've been up to, and let me just say that I'm impressed. Think you can lend us your expertise? We
Goddess
could
watch
easily have
over
held
me.
Silverwind Refuge from the Horde had they not taken control of our water elemental defenders on Mistral Lake. One of their shamans summoned in Titarus, an old and angry water spirit of the forest who befouled our elementals and turned them against us. With the lake and the Horde pressing in on us, we had no choice but to retreat to the spire here. Go east. Take the lake back so that we will have a chance to retake the refuge someday.
Del Nagus. Good luck.
Several years
friend.
ago, Stormwind's captain cousin brought a brigade into Stranglethorn Vale on a mission whose details are still murky. Cousin swiftly descended into madness, as did his men, except for a few rebels who made it their mission to undo the evils that Cousin had wrought. As I said, that was years ago. I'm now hearing rumors that Cousin is dead, but those rebels still persist at their rebellion. If you wish to investigate, you'll find them at a camp on Stranglethorn's
Be
northern
careful.
border. Hey, Z's goblins disgust me. Zer filzy goblin technology is inferior to any Zing gnomish, yet.
Professor Zakzak sighs.
It is Z last piece of Z puzzle. Without Z filzy goblin technology, Z gnome quarter cannot be built. Venture east into Z skunkworks and take from Zem Zer filzy goblin junk. You will most likely find Zem on goblin technicians.
Professor Zakzak laughs mockingly.
Goblin technician? What is that anyway?
Professor Zakzak shrugs.
Some kind of oxymoron?
You have a great day now.
How may I help?
If
Farewell.
we could just stop the damned bombing from the goblins' creations, we'd be able to launch a counteroffensive to take back Silverwind Refuge. It's been my experience that goblins are either lazy and unproductive, or too productive and end up killing themselves with their own explosives. Unfortunately for us, they're being motivated by the brilliant Chief Bombgineer Sploder. Get up to the skunk works on the west side of the refuge, and don't come back until you have the Chief Bombgineer's head.
Be careful.
The gnome
Farewell.
explosive squad we requested from Tinkertown arrived last week, just in time to face an assault by the Horde. We lost a lot of soldiers that day. Most of the gnome team was taken as well. Now we're neck deep in Horde. Silverwind Refuge has been lost, and we're down a dozen gnomes. I'm begging for your help here, hero. Travel east to Silverwind Refuge and look for any gnome survivors. They were all carted off by a big, merciless Orkarod Thundrak. Find him and you'll find our gnomes.
Del Nagus.
This is clearly the biggest explosive that you've ever laid eyes upon. What in the world could the goblins be thinking about bombing with such a monstrosity? Dear eye, the thing looks like it's almost complete. The goblins appear to have built it well. It looks as if it's impervious to any damage that you could do to it, and certainly too big for you to carry out of here. You'd better report the bomb to Huntress Jalen at Stardust Spire to the southwest. Yes, you appear as one of my kind, but I care not what you truly are if you can help the Furbolg. The Night Elves and now the Orcs have visited many atrocities upon my people. Corruption runs through our veins. Corruption brought down upon us by the prideful Night Elves and the warlike Orcs. They are the ones who did this to our people. They are the ones I blame for being cast out of my tribe. At night, I can still see the campfires burning in the darkness. I care little for who you are, hero. What I do care about is the salvation of the Furbolg. Take this Bloodtooth tribe banner a short ways northeast into Greenpaw Village and place it upon their totem mound. They will consider this an act of aggression and try to destroy the banner. Hold your ground until their chief, Murgat, appears to save face for the tribe, then kill the traitor. Govern your strength wisely, friend. You're in for a long fight. Good. Murgat sold his own tribe out to the Horde, allying with them when they took your precious Silverwind refuge in order to save his people. He sold them into slavery, or worse. And now he has gotten what he deserved. Let us speak now of a different traitor, one whom I believe has something that will make that rod of yours even more powerful. I'm certain that the long-dead wizard, Dartle, intended to use his rod to subjugate and destroy us just as the Night Elves and Orcs have. But I think now we'll put that thing to an unintended use. Rand Bloodtooth is the king of all of the Ashenvale Furbolg. His tribe, the Bloodtooth, are the most powerful and keep themselves secluded in a camp just to the east. Kill them all and bring back his skull. Let us see if we can put it to good use. Have you slain Ran yet, my friend? We must have his skull if you're to deliver my people from bondage. You have done well, my friend. Now quickly, hand me Rand's skull. While his essence yet taints it, we shall fashion it upon Dartle's rod, giving you the power to influence my brethren and deliver them from evil. Now, take the rod, and while using its power, speak with my brother, Oda One. Oda is amongst the other furbolg that the orcs have captured and have penned in a giant cage on the north side of Silverwind Refuge. The rod will allow you to convince Oda and the other furbolg to rise up and attack the Horde. Then you may go wherever your path leads you. Just know that you have found a new friend for that which you have done.
Ishnu Allah. Goddess
Well
watch
done,
over
hero.
you.
With the befouled elemental numbers Thin and Titurus put back into the lake, we should be able to launch a counteroffensive on Silverwind Refuge, just as soon as we're done with defending the Spire.
Good luck.
Several years
friend.
ago, Stoneman's
Be careful.
Cataclysm brought a brigade into strength.
Greetings.
Z Junk, do you have
Be
Zid?
seeing you.
Ah, Z Junk has arrived. Zid is Z last piece of Z puzzle. Now to Zed it up. Stand by, hero.
Daylight's burning.
What brings you here? Good luck.
Did you shut
friend.
that disgusting, wart-ridden goblin up for good?
Del Madrid.
That's better. Without him, their technicians are sure to fall back to their normal laziness, which should result in fewer bombs and more accidents.
Goddess watch over you. Farewell.
Thank you, hero. Grim news you bring of the rest of the gnome team, but at least you managed to save a few. For that I am grateful.
Del
They
Madrid.
what? It's how big. I have a very bad feeling about this, hero.
Good luck, friend.
Hey!
So these night elves send out a desperate call for help to us. Goes something like this.
Nambus changes the pitch of his voice to sound like a woman.
Please come help us. The big, mean Horde has goblins. Oh, we can't handle goblins. They pull our hair and make us cry. Right, anyway, so here we are. The first thing I did was upgrade their aerial defenses with some of my new sniper guns. Problem is, they don't use guns. Do yourself a favor and lend him a hand, eh? Find him south of here.
Be seeing you.
Ishno.
Kalen sighs.
Daliab.
We use guns just fine, friend. Cannons, on the other hand, I take issue with.
Goodbye.
The skies are swarming with heavily armored orcs on the backs of even more heavily armored wind riders. Our best efforts to bring them down have thus far proven fruitless. Our arrows usually just bounce off of those foul creatures. If we do happen to take one down, the orcs deploy their goblin parachutes and safely land on the ground below. I need you to use Nambus's sniper cannons and blow up the Warsong wind riders, and then blow up the parachuting orcs. The only way down is a body bag.
Greetings.
Excellent work, hero. The known technology, while somewhat obnoxious, is highly effective. We should now have a clear path to Windshear Hold.
Ashenvale.
Huntress Jalen will be pleased to know that the way to Windshear Hold is now clear. Please return to Stardust Spire and
Goodbye.
inform her of your success. She will most assuredly have more work for you now that our path is clear. Thank you and good luck, friend.
How may I
With the
help?
airways clear, our hippogriffs will be able to move into Stonettlin freely. Well done, hero. Now on to more pressing matters. What you witnessed at True Shot Point was a small sampling of the decimation left in the wake of Hellscream's legacy. As War Chief of the Horde, Hellscream has declared Kalimdor as the Horde's sovereign territory. All that would oppose the Horde are destroyed. We are Kalimdor's last line of defense. Should we fall, Kalimdor will also fall. The Horde must be
Goddess
stopped.
watch over you.
Enter Stonettlin Mountains through Talondeep Pass and head towards the smoldering trees.
Be careful.
Seek out the Kromgar incinerators that are destroying the forest and slay as many as you can. Be warned, the incinerators are powerful orcs. Attacking them through conventional means will likely result in your death.
Salutations!
Gnome Quarter is complete. Now V must test sit. Venture
Off
into
and away.
Stonettlin Mountains to Z southeast and walk down Z Talondeep Pass until you reach a Filzy Goblin drill machine. I will activate Z Gnome Quarter, then you reach your destination.
What is nature's
We've been
call?
using the power of the Forest Heart to defend the tree from the Horde, but its power is not without limit. We must use it to take the fight.
Hi.
Shadambra, the great cat of the forest, prowls nearby. It is from her that we shall draw our inspiration. You will become one with the shade of Shadambra. You will take the essence of the Panther into you and lay waste to those who fear it.
What brings
A
you
brutal
here?
display, but one fitting for the enemies of Ashenvale. The Horde dares to think that they can take our beloved forest away from us. They are fatally mistaken. You have saved Rainwood from destruction, hero. Surely we can find a reward suitable for our champion?
Farewell.
The battle against the Horde is isn't being waged from Rainwood Tower alone, hero. There's a more substantial Silverwing Sentinel presence at Silverwing Grove to the southeast, near the border with the Barrens. From the Grove, Sentinel Farsong directs our efforts against those who would destroy our lands. I'm a bit late in sending my latest report to her, but also hesitant to leave the tower unattended. I am in dire need of help in getting this report to her as soon as possible. What's that you have there, hero? Thank you for delivering this report, hero. From what Sentinel Malaria writes, it seems our worst fears have come to pass. With each advance we make, the Horde appears more determined to do as much damage as possible. We can't afford to back down. The fate of our ancestral lands hangs in the balance. With more people like you on the front lines, I'm certain we could triumph. Will you join our fight? A new front has just opened in Warsong Gulch to the south.
Each day
It's good to
is a
see another
blessing.
new arrival here at Forest Song. Vindicator Palinar is sending as much help as she can muster, and each set of hands is appreciated. Take a look around, hero. It may not be much now, but with time and help from our Night Elf allies, we'll build a settlement worthy of calling home. There's much to be done here, and any help you can provide would be welcome.
Safe journey.
Welcome to Forest Song, hero. Where you see tents, there will one day be buildings, but such ambition requires a steady stream of materials. I cannot bring myself to order our workers to fell any of the ancient trees of this grove, but our neighbors to the west have no such reverence for the forest. We shall reclaim the tainted wood from Saturner to the west. Take the wood to Gnarl at the Warsong Lumber Camp. He is an ancient who will purify it for our
Remember
use.
the lessons of the past.
Is there trouble? Ah, the
Listen,
great
I
outdoors.
don't know who you are, but I need your help. My sisters went to take back the branch of Cenarius from the Satyr. They said they'd be back soon, but it's been 2 whole days. Hero, you have to find them. They were looking for the ruins of a Night Elf temple in Xavian to the northwest. I don't know what to think. Look for Anilia. She was leading them on the search.
May I be of service? Good health, long life.
What brings
The
you
area to
here?
our west, now called Saturner, was once a prominent shrine built by my people. It housed a priceless relic, the Chalice of Elune, entrusted to the shrine's keepers by the priests of Elune. Pilgrims once traveled to the shrine to experience the healing powers the chalice was rumored to hold. These stories might be nothing but old wives' tales, but if there is any truth to them, the relic may hold the key to rejuvenating the wounded forest. I must know, hero.
Go in peace.
Judging by the gaping wound in her side, Anilia is on the verge of death. Anilia puts her hands on your shoulders and draws you close. Gasping, she points towards the arch to the north, before her eyes close and her last wheezing breath leaves her body. He has taken it. Jeltharus. You know in your heart that Anilia's dying wish is to see the branch of Cenarius back in Dryad hands. Can you feel it, hero, the touch of corruption upon the wind? If we do nothing, it will continue to advance. That is why I seek the Chalice of Elun.
May the stars
Were you able to
guide
find
you.
it? Excellent work, hero. There is certainly a latent power here, one that not even constant exposure to the corruption of the Satyr can dim.do. You see how it still shines, after all these years?
Go in.
What is nature's
Have you found
call?
them? What did Anilia say? Where is she?
Ah, the great outdoors.
Anilia died? No, that can't be. It was just yesterday that we were running and playing together in the woods. I guess those days are over. I can't believe that Anilia is gone. We used to play together in the forests all the time. I almost feel sad. I know something that might make me feel better. Please, slay the satyrs that took Anilia from me. Bring me their horns as proof of your actions, and you will forever have my gratitude.
The Legion's
I
end
cannot
draws
help but
near.
overhear Ileana's loss. I understand her need for revenge. I am wondering if while you are exacting it, you could do us a service. No doubt you have already seen the Satyr of Saturner and Xadian conducting vile rituals. I believe that they are preparing their rituals to corrupt any of the Night Elves they capture, turning them into satyrs. We Drenii also have problems with fell magic exposure. Would you disturb their ritual gems while you are there?
Remember the lessons of the past.
I hope you find something useful. Remember,
Good fortune.
Clearing your debt. Hero, unable to complete their nefarious rituals, the Satyr are now fighting a losing battle where they are unable to replenish their numbers.
Blessings upon you.
Is there trouble? What is nature's call?
Please, help me avenge Anilia's death.
Ah,
Thank you,
the
kind
great
hero.
outdoors.
My sister's spirit is gladdened by your efforts.
The ancient creaks as it turns toward you.
Architect Nemo said that you might be bringing what's salvaged from befouled Saturner. When warped by foul demonic magic, is of no use to the Dreamiad forest song. Nothing sound can be built with it, but I shall purify it and return it in good time to Architect Nemos and his people for their use. Some good will come from this tragedy, after all. While what the Satyrs have done to the trees is horrible, nothing compares to the mass slaughter that the orcs have been engaging in.
The ancient shakes with visible rage, his leaves falling all around you.
Hero, I would have you head across the road here at the lumber camp and recover the remains of those trees, treants, and ancients that the Horde have hewn down in their prime. Little one, to the southwest is an area of Nightsong Woods that has in recent times come to be called Fellfire Hill. It is very sad to see the demons crawling over it, spreading their corruption. Would you do something to help take back the land? I have a number of seeds that I have been saving for such a purpose. Take them to Fellfire Hill and plant them in the fertile dirt mounds.
Good
I
fortune.
will not tolerate their existence on this world. The Burning Legion all but destroyed our Horde. We fell back to settle a new home on a new world. Then they came again and we retreated, over and over. No more. There is a remnant of the Legion to the south and west in the regions known as Fellfire Hill, Demonfall Canyon, and Demonfall Ridge. They are what is left over from a force that once long ago invaded this world. Go and destroy as many as you can before it is too late.
Blessings upon your family.
The
Hello.
Warsaw Lumber Camp is a blight upon an embattled landscape. Every time we make progress in halting their operations, Overseer Gordhack orders his loggers to redouble their efforts. Now, the orcs are cutting more wood than they can possibly use, leaving it to rot while their blades bite into fresh trees. This is an affront to all we stand for, Hero, and we will show them that we'll not suffer further destruction of our lands. Go, and do not rest until Overseer Gordhack and his minions are dead.
Be careful.
what these orc things are doing makes me want to feed them back to the ground. I will put this wood to rest now. Thank you for this kindness, hero. I will never forget. At last we have sent a message that the orcs won't dare ignore. Any overseer or foeman who sets foot within the camp to replace Gordhack will feel my wrath. We must press our advantage, hero, and never rest until the Warsaw lumber camp is a distant memory and a glade of trees stands upon that ground. Now what was this about explosives?
Farewell.
I hate to send you back in there, but based on your description of what's going on, we can't let them use all of those explosives they have stored up. It's too dangerous for you to try to destroy them yourself, but if you were to steal one of their shredders, I'm sure they're tough enough to withstand the explosions. After you've destroyed their explosives, return
God
here
is
with the
what you
shredder.
will.
There's no sense in letting them have it back.
I'm out of range.
I am on.
I saw those explosions all of the way from over here. Those filthy orcs and their goblin lackeys are going to have a hard time doing anything to despoil the forest now. We can't thank you enough, hero. Will this do?
Good luck, friend.
You have
Arcanon
my respect and thanks, hero. Perhaps we'll be able to create a new home here without having to worry about the Burning Legion yet again.
Do not lose faith.
Good. Though it may take a great deal of your years for the seedlings to grow into ancients, in the fullness of time they will aid us in our fight against all of the enemies of Ashenvale. Through the ground I can feel more demons being brought into our world. Soon there will be too many, and we will be overrun without hope of turning them back. Take this piece of me and return to Demon Fall Canyon and Demon Fall Ridge, south of Fellfire Hill. Aim the bow at a demon gate and concentrate. I have stored a portion of the forest's life force in its wood, and it will close the gate. With their gates closed and no further reinforcements coming, it is only a matter. Now that the demon gates have been destroyed, the power of the forest must be replenished. The forest heart must be retrieved. Gaven Shadewalker, a powerful druid of the Claw, has gone southwest, past Fellfire Hill, to the Dordanel Barrow Den therein rests the forest heart. It is protected by the druids of Ashenvale deep below the ground. Seek out Gaven and tell him of what has transpired, hero. You are brave to come here, hero, but you may be too late. All of the druids are either dead or have been driven insane. Still, your tale is intriguing, and if what you say is true, then Gnarl must have the forest heart and soon, or Ashenvale will begin to wither.